Hey guys, Rich from Richmond Gaming. Welcome back to another daily Marvel Snap video, and I have got a very fun deck for you to try out today. One that I don't think I've had as much fun using any other deck whilst playing Marvel Snap than I have with this. And the nice thing is it's very versatile, and there is definitely a couple of changes that you can make to it if you don't quite have the right cards. I don't have a name for this, but it's kind of like my Hazmat, Luke Cage, power sort of drain setup. But there are going to be a couple of key characters in here. I would say there's probably two key characters that you want to look at, arguably three if you include Absorbing Man as well. But they are going to be Hazmat. Hazmat is from Pool 3, and she has the on-reveal effect where she afflicts all other cards with -1 power. So that is both your opponent's cards, but also your cards as well. And I've had this card a little while, and I haven't had a clue what to do with it because it didn't make sense to me. I know that there's ways that you can play it where, you know, you would make sure you had less cards on your side of the board than your opponent had, so it was taking 4 power off them, so on and so forth. But I never really liked it. However, what I've recently acquired, and he is from Pool 4, and that is Mr. Luke Cage, Mr. Powerman himself. So he's going to be a 2-cost, one power card. Nothing to write home about. However, he does have the ongoing ability that your cards can't have their power reduced. Now, this is from any source, and the nice thing is that it is ongoing. So if they have been in, I want to say it's Jotunheim, and they've been losing 1 power a turn, so they've gone from maybe 4 power down to, you know, 0 power. When Luke comes in, they're going to get that power back. I think it also works with Scorpion. I haven't seen it for myself, but what it absolutely stops is you losing any power on that on-reveal ability of Hazmat. Now, losing 1 power, that's not a lot, especially to some of these big decks that are out there at the moment. And this is not really aimed at, I would say, tall decks where they've got, you know, 2 or 3 characters that are a big power. You know, they've managed to get a Black Panther and Arnim Zola combo and, you know, sort of destroy him and put him back because he's now 32 power or whatever it is. It's really aimed at those decks where your opponent has lots of things on the board. So one of the other things that we've got in here to help with that is Debris. Debris is a great card for this deck. Works really well with that on reveal where you add a rock to each other location for both players. So the important thing here to work out is, where do you want those rocks? Now, and the idea behind this is that you put a rock out. That rock is then going to be on -1 power. So it's not only blocking a potential place in a location where your opponent can put a card, but it is also going to be on -1 power. Now, we say -1 power, however, we also have Absorbing Man. So again, another Pool 4 card. I think this was the first card that I purchased through the token store. He is a 4-cost. He is a 3 power. I think we've used him before in some other videos, but on reveal, if the last card you played here has an on reveal ability, if the last card you played doesn't have to be in the same location, has an on reveal ability, this card copies it. Like Mystique, but for on reveals rather than ongoings. So this means that we're now pumping out -2 power, which can be very nice indeed. And then to round things off, we've also got Odin. So Odin, as we know, he's on reveal. He basically just reactivates those characters. Wong would be another great choice for this deck, but the elusive Wong, I am 2200 now, I think, almost collection level, and still haven't managed to find him. But the combination of having down Hazmat Absorbing Man, and then Odin is really, really good. Key thing to remember though is that this is on reveal, so you want to be playing Hazmat towards the back end of the game. It's also worth noting that you may look at this and go, well, you're going to struggle with Air Rich because turn 5 you can't play both of these, and then turn 6 you can only play Odin. Well, we do have an answer for that as well. First of all, we've got Psylocke. I like putting Psylocke down nice and early to do one of two things. So I like to get her down on turn 3. Turn 3 means then that I have got 5 power for turn 4, which hopefully enables, as I mentioned, one of two things. Those two things are potentially going to be a Hobgoblin, a nice early Hobgoblin. So even if we don't pull our Hazmat, even if we don't pull our Absorbing Man, or maybe we don't manage to get Luke Cage, throwing a Hobgoblin over to the other side, especially early, can really hurt your opponent. Or the other combination I really like is dropping down the combination of Electro and Viper. You have to remember with this deck, you're not going to have loads of character cards. You're not going to have loads of cards on your side of the board. It's very much about mitigating the power that your opponent has. So the trick with this one is you drop Electro first, then you drop Viper, and basically, yeah, she will throw Electro over the other side of the board. You get the on reveal ability, so +1 max energy, but your opponent picks up that ongoing where they can only play 1 card per turn. Now, to round things out, we do have the 1 cost Iceman. Again, just trying to hamper our opponent a little bit. We've also got Scorpion once again. If we can, if we can hamper them. I also don't mind Absorbing Man going after Scorpion as well. And then rounding out, we do have Typhoid Mary. She is a 4/10, amazing stats. However, she does have the ongoing ability where your other cards have -1 power. Obviously, that doesn't affect us because we're going to have Luke Cage out. But even if we don't have Luke Cage out, and if we do manage to have maybe a Hazmat, a Typhoid Mary, a Hobgoblin over the other side, we can often still win. So again, making sure that we've got multiple win conditions in the same deck. But this is enough talking. Let's jump in and play a few games and show you how the deck plays. Again, there'll be a link down in the description below to this deck, so you can use it for yourself. And lastly is we are going to be doing the giveaway again, guys. We've given away a season pass for the last 2 seasons. We actually gave 2 away, not the last season gone, the one before, but we are going to be giving away a season for the next season, a season pass for the next season, which I believe has been leaked to be Savage Lands, which would be extremely good. Love me some of that if that is the case. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video and I'll go through exactly how you can win that. But yeah, let's jump over and play some games. Okay guys, going into game number 1, we haven't changed it. Against Polar Phoenix, got a bad feeling about it. It's lots of Star Wars references in this game. Nova Roma, draw a card. That's really nice, especially with the current location that's around, where I forget the name of it, but basically it destroys your deck and you draw 3 cards. So yeah, would have been nice to have got a card down then though. Let's hope it's not the next one. So we got Murder World. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I think we're just going to start by throwing down a Scorpion. We do have that combo that I mentioned there of Psylocke for next turn, so we can go Electro and Viper on turn 5. They have snapped. That's fine. There's no reason for us to snap at the moment. We have pulled the Hazmat. We also do have Debris as well. But let's see what we end up with. We could even... Actually, this is the play, I think. So what we do is we actually drop Electro down in the middle. We get the benefit, but then we destroy him straight away, so we don't have the ongoing. That may be the play. So, oops, I forgot to press the end turn button there. They've gone Scorpion. We have to do the Spider-Man. Let's see what we've got here. They've got Bar Sinister. If we can find a Luke Cage here, this is going to be very, very nice. However, I am going to play the Psylocke play. I'm going to make the Psylocke play so we've got the extra power so we can throw Electro over there. I don't like the idea of them being able to draw lots of cards. I'm still not sure what sort of deck it is that they've got, but being able to only draw one card on turns 5 and 6 is definitely going to hurt them. So let's pop Electro down here, then the Viper. We're going to get that extra power, so we'll be on 6 power on turn. Oh, they do have a Moon Girl, so yes, this is a very nice play for us. Potentially, I would say a Dino deck. I think that is the most likely. Guys, we do pull it. We do pull the Luke Cage. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go Luke Cage here, and we are going to go Typhoid Mary here. We're going to go Typhoid Mary in the middle. Devil Dinosaur. So this is going to be the final turn. If I just put Hazmat down, Hazmat once. So I think we just pop Hazmat here. We put Debris here. They can only play one card. It's going to be here, and it's going to be a Devil Dinosaur. We don't care about that. This will be minus 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, basically, this will be negative. This will most likely be negative, but we'll also be putting a potential Debris here, or a Debris here. So yeah, we're going to snap. That's the win condition that we have found. Unless I've missed something, but I think that's probably what it looks like. I'd be very surprised if they didn't retreat here. They may think that they've got it with... No, they think they've got it. Yeah, this is game. So yes, they've got 14 power on that side, but just watch what the Hazmat does. Now, the reason I played Hazmat first was I wanted to make sure that I didn't cover one of my spaces up. But even so, that's fine. Debris is going to just put some extra rocks in there for them, but hey, that's not a problem at all. But you can see, guys, how it can catch your opponent off guard. I do try and keep, especially Luke Cage, not hidden, but I don't really playing him early doors because that's then sending out a big signal as to what your intentions are. But yeah, it's a good start, guys. It's 1 win. It's 8 cubes, which is very nice. Let's jump over and go into game number 2. Okay then, guys, game number 2, and you already got to see some of the nice combos there. That Bar Sinister was very nice, but even if we didn't have the Bar Sinister, we did actually have Odin there as well. Your power here is granted in the other locations as well. Well, that's going to be very nice for us because we are hopefully going to get a Hobgoblin over there turn 4. So let's put our Iceman here. Oh, okay, that's fine. We are going to do this. We're going to save a spot here for Typhoid Mary. Just going to make that a little bit more difficult for them to gain any power. But because of Atalan, it does mean that we are going to lose the cards. So I think we're going to play Psylocke. Let's actually play Psylocke here. And then we're going to play Psylocke just on the off chance that we get Hobgoblin back in our hand. They've got rid of Aero, which is good for us. It means they're not going to be moving things around. Hobgoblin now would be perfect. We don't get Hobgoblin. But we can put out a Debris and we can put out a Luke Cage. That's going to be putting a Debris in here, which is going to be affected by the Hazmat. Okay, we don't worry too much about that. Picking up Odin now would be nice. Okay, Absorbing Man is just as good. So we are going to go with Typhoid Mary here. We are going to give ourselves a little snap. I think we're in a good spot here. Mainly because we are going to be reducing all of their power by 2, which is very much going to hurt them. The more cards they put in here, yeah, Jubilee, so she's going to be on minus. So she's going to be on 1. Morbius is going to be on 1. Iceman is not going to be good. That is the worst thing that could have happened. That is the worst thing that could have happened. And the reason why, guys, is I had enough power, obviously, to put Hazmat and Absorbing Man down. And they've retreated. Okay, interesting. I want to go back and look at this. I do feel like... so we would have put Hazmat in the middle here. That would have dropped these down by 4. Meaning that they would be on 5 here. Meaning that they'd drop down to 9 here. We could then put Absorbing Man here. Sorry, we'd put Electro here just for the extra 2 power at this point. It doesn't matter. Which would put us up to 21. They'd also go down by another 2. So I think we still had the win condition. It wasn't a guarantee. They hadn't, you know, taken out a Apocalypse or anything like that. They couldn't play maybe an Infinite or anything like that on the last turn. So yeah, good game. We are now 2 for 2. That is going to be 10 cubes up, which is nice. Let's go into the third and final game and see how we get on. Okay, guys, third and final game. And I want to just say it again, win, lose, and draw. Win, lose, retreat even. I put these games on. I'd play 3 games in a row. Lamentis, there we go. Or Lamentis 1 even. This is still nice for us. We are going to give this a snap. I play 3 games in a row. Whatever games they are, I put out there. I don't play through games and, you know, only play... only put the ones that I win. You've seen me lose on here before, guys. You've seen me have it where ego plays for me. So I just want to make you aware that you know, there's no smoke and mirrors here. I only put up, or I put up the games that I play. We are going to go Luke Cage. This is really good for us. This is filling their board with more stuff. And we like there being more stuff. So we'll play Debris next. That's fine. So we'll put Debris next up. We'll wait. We won't play anything on turn 4. Hobgoblin will be played on turn 5. We'll pick an appropriate location for him. I'm thinking here they've definitely picked up this card actually. So what we will probably do is not play here. They're going to play this. Yeah. Oh, that's very lucky for us. Very lucky indeed. We're going to play Hobgoblin here. I don't feel like they're going to be able to put 2 cards down here. If they do, it's a big W. Okay, yep. Would be very surprised now, guys, if this wasn't a win. So they're going to play... We know they are going to play an Infinite. We can only... I think this is the only place that we play them. Just really depends on where. So they're going to go down... So 2, 4, 6... Okay, yeah, it's a win. I believe it's a win no matter where he plays it. Because if he plays it here, then that's fine. If he play, because we won these 2. If he plays it here... I mean, as far as being able to... Okay, so he's played it... I still think it's a win. So it's not Infinite, it was Odin. But, unfortunately for them, we are going to win these other locations because Absorbing Man is going to pick up Hazmat. So we do win those other locations. So another... And this is what I'm finding with this deck, guys, is I'm getting a lot of 8 cube wins. My opponent, because you look like you're not in a great space, and then all of a sudden... You're just able to, you know, take off. What do we take off there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 power we were able to take from them, as well as adding in 4 of our own, minus the hobgoblin, obviously, that we got thrown back over. So yeah, that was. They maybe did have 1 win condition, which could have been Odin here. So Odin would have been +6, which would have taken him up to no, even with that he wouldn't have been, because +6 would have been 2. This would have then, Hobgoblin would have still been there, so it would be -8, so 12, 10. And then, yeah, so actually they didn't have a win condition. There we go, guys. Let's just jump over to the deck and give you my final thoughts. Okay, guys, well, as I mentioned, this is a deck that I am having a huge amount of fun with. I can highly, highly recommend it. There are some other cards you could put in here. So, for example, you know, as I mentioned, Hazmat Luke Cage, you absolutely need. I would say Odin is also a bit of a staple. Now, you don't have to have Hobgoblin. I've seen a version of this with the Green Goblin, for example. I just like the Hobgoblin in there. Electro is another one who you don't need to have. And I think if you don't have Electro, you can probably drop Viper as well. But I also do like Viper to be able to throw one of the other rocks over that Debris dropped. So there's a use for everything. Where I would say this list does fall down, and I kind of mentioned it before, but if you get yourself into a situation where, you know, you've got 100 power Venom because it's Bar Sinister or whatever else, it does struggle a little bit with those decks. Now, the one thing I don't have in here is a Shang-Chi, so that could potentially be an answer for that. But if we're stacking up these 4, so, you know, taking 4 power off everything, that's when Odin re-triggers them as well. It's very, very difficult for our opponent to do anything about it, as you saw there in those 3 examples. Guys, as I mentioned, we are doing the giveaway. You can win yourself a season pass for what I think is going to be the Savage Lands. And the way that you do that is by doing 3 things. This is going to be the first video in this season. So actually, no, we'll extend it out to the previous one, going over Silver Surfer as well. But what I need you to do is I need you to leave a comment, and I need to make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. And then we'll pick a random video at the end of the season or the beginning of the new season. And just as we did in the video from yesterday, if you haven't gone and checked that out yet, go check that out, because you may have been the winner. We will give away another season pass. So yeah, there we go, guys. Please leave a like, it really does help. And we've got a Discord set up as well. And as always, guys, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.